Well, let me just get a drink real quick. Okay. Oh God, orientation is locked. Rotate device back. This is giving me weird errors again. Okay, whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna presume everything's working right. Okay, so many years ago, when dinosaurs still roamed the earth, I was in grade 7 or 8. And I was sitting in a science class. It was the first day of class. And up at the front of the room, the teacher starts talking about stuff. And I'm sitting there, I have no idea what this guy is talking about. And I look at the other kids, and I see a lot of also confused faces. Like, what? But then half the class is doing oh yeah, like we understand what's going on. We understand perfectly, yes. And I'm like, hey, what, how do they know what's going on? I have no idea what this guy's talking about. So anyway, it quickly becomes apparent that the half of the class that's acting like they understand also have no clue what's going on. And the teacher's not catching on to this, I guess because he's focused on what he's talking about, right? I don't know. But he doesn't catch on. So after like maybe 15 minutes of this, maybe it was only 10, I don't know, it went on for a while. Finally, this kid, Peter, stands up and he puts his hand up, and the teacher's like, okay, what's the question? And I don't remember exactly what Peter's question was, but it basically amounted to, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Can you please explain? I don't understand this. I have no idea what's going on here. And then half the class laughs at Peter. You're an idiot. You don't understand. Now, Peter obviously has realized that the entire class has no clue what this guy's talking about. So he turns around and says to everyone who just laughed at him at least, hey, I just asked the question you all were thinking about. You're welcome. And he sits down. And then, now that the teacher gets that no one knows what's going on, things kind of got straightened out, right? But this is an event that happened over 30 years ago. And it's something I still think about. Because I was sitting there, no clue what's going on, just passively, and it was some other kid, Peter, who stood up and fixed the situation by doing something that everyone else was thinking about. Every one of us was thinking, we need to ask this guy what the hell he's talking about. But everyone just sat there like, duh. And then finally Peter got up and did it. And he was the only one who had the balls to stand up and do what we were all thinking about. And that concept, that's the basis of courage. Like that is what courage is. That is what courage is. And that idea of doing instead of just thinking about something is something that really stuck with me. And it almost became like a mantra to say, hey, okay, what if I actually do the things I think about? Instead of just thinking about them, what if I actually did the things? What if I actually what if I actually wake up in the morning and go running? What if I actually do an amazing job on this? What if I actually stay up until I finish this thing and make it amazing? Like, what if I actually put in the effort? What if I actually stood up whenever I needed to stand up for myself or for others? What if I actually did all those things that everyone thinks about? And that's a huge part of my life, is just that idea of not just thinking about things, of actually having the courage to do them. And so from Peter, I learned that enormous lesson. And obviously that wasn't the only place that inspired my ideas of courage and what I needed to do with my life, but that was a big one. And the other thing I learned from it was that you should never underestimate how powerful your good deed can be in influencing others. Because if I went back, if I tracked Peter down right now, and I probably could, I could probably like find him on Facebook or something. I remember his last name. I know what he looks like. I could probably extrapolate what he looks like now. But anyway, if I managed to track Peter down today and told him about this, he would probably be like, I don't even remember that happening. It was like a nothing incident. It was just some kid standing up at some class saying what needed to be said. But that little act of courage and defiance sparked something in me. Who knows what else it sparked someone in? But it sparked something in me where to this day, over 30 years later, I still think about it once in a while. And it's something that inspires me to be courageous and do what needs to be done, or what I think should be done, or whatever, instead of just thinking about it. So I always try to remember, I never, like, if there's a chance for me to do a good deed, and I think maybe it's not that important a thing, I always think I should do it anyway, even if it's a really small thing that seems unimportant, because you never know who else is in the crowd, who else is paying attention, what 4-year-old is like watching and just is going to pick up on some concept that's going to change their life. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say about that. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say about that. So I also just want to say thanks, Pete. Thanks, Peter. That was cool that you did that you stood up knowing that you were going to be ridiculed. And you had a good comeback too. You told everyone, you guys were all thinking about this, and I was the only one who had the balls to do it. So you're welcome. Yeah, that was some good stuff. Thanks, Pete. Anyway, let's see what you guys are doing here. I'm still getting this error message on my thing. I'm just going to turn the brightness up so it kind of doesn't show up as much. Hail Dynamics, what's going on, man? Mr. Landfill, so good to see you here. So good to see you here, Mr. Landfill. You know why? Let's see. You guys and your emoticons. Okay. Maverick Alpha, very nice name. Hey there. Mr. Landfill is speaking in some strange language. Bad. Hello, Mr. Landfill. Hello. Hello from Taiwan. Are you blood or crip? Yeah. I'm not part of any gang. I'm just me, man. All right. We got some spammers that Mr. Landfill's taking care of. Thanks, man. You shove those suckers out of here. Good job, dude. You should send Peter a link to this video. Maybe I should. Maybe I should track him down. I bet I could find him. I could probably find him. Because, I mean, I definitely know people now, like online, that I knew back then, who would probably know him. Still. Like, probably a few. Anyway, I could probably track him down if I really wanted to. Be the change you wish to see in others. That is a good thing to say, yes. Wendy says, Santa Cruz, California, mountains, USA, land of the weird, in the room. Oh, love that the glasses are working out. Oh man, my glasses. Oh God, I love these things. They're awesome. So like, I mean, they're cool in a lot of ways. One, I really like having the strap, and glasses with no strap, when you don't want them on your face, you can go like that with your glasses, but they don't really stay on that well. If you're like running around or something, they can fall off. But if you want to get them off your head, all you can do is like tuck them in your shirt or stick them in a pocket and they get crushed or whatever. But this, when you got a strap all the way around, you can just like pop it off your ears and it's just there out of the way. Plus, when you don't have that, that piece here, the piece that always breaks, it's so much more durable, Like these would be pretty hard to break. I could throw these in a bag and they're totally not going to break. But if you throw some sunglasses in a bag, chances are they're gonna do one of these and that's it. But this flexible, yeah, I really like these. Another thing, I didn't realize how much I was gonna like this. Oh, by the way, I put the files for this on Thingiverse. These are 3D printed. Obviously the lenses are not 3D printed. I just took those out of some sunglasses, some broken sunglasses, and just filed them down until they fit in there. Anyway, one of the things I didn't realize I was going to like a lot is the fact that it blocks out the sides. Because, normal sunglasses, you get shaded here, but you get the peripheral bright light coming in. And I mean, I wouldn't say like wearing normal sunglasses was like bothering me, but when I put these on, I realized how much it was kind of annoying having that bright light coming in the sides. It's really nice just having that blacked out. So nice. And because most of the time I don't need my periphery. If I need my periphery, like if I'm driving a boat, 99% of the time, I just need to see straight ahead, far away, look around a little bit. It's only when I'm parking the boat that I pop them up or take them down, because I want to see everything, when I'm near other boats and stuff. But like 90% of the time, I just want to block out like most of the light that's reflecting off the water, and it's so bright. And like I noticed that whenever I do a trip to town and back on a sunny day, my eyes are always like, I guess like tired for like a day, like a day and a half or something. Like it's just harder to focus. But when I wear these and I go on a long trip and I spend a lot of time out in the sun, my eyes are fine. Like I can totally focus up close and everything. Yeah, I don't get that effect. So I am super happy with these goggles. Yeah, they're pretty sweet. And I printed ones for my son that are the same size. Oh, he looks hilarious. It's great. So I put welding gloves on him and his goggles. He looks like a little mad scientist lunatic dude. And then my daughters I've 3D printed the parks. They haven't put them all together yet. But we have some lenses to put in them and stuff. Here's one of my daughter's ones. It's not finished yet. But anyway, yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying those. They're great. I can take this off too. I don't need this. I started wearing scarves because I didn't like my neck always getting sunburned. So I started wearing cute little things, and I like it. Anyway, what else is going on here? Yes, the glasses are working out. I love the banked running track. Oh, I also love the banked running track. Man, it is the running track is awesome. Like it's cooler than I thought it was going to be. So the reason I wanted to build this banked running track, it's something I've thought about for a long time. Because I really like exercise and getting strong. And if you run on a banked running track, you're basically running in high gravity, right? Because you've got gravity, but then you've also got the centrifugal force. So you end up like the further you're leaning in your thing, the more G's you're feeling. So I used to think about basically this kind of banked running track when I was a kid. I was like, I should have like a banked running track like that one day. I can run up fast on it, and it'll be like running in high G's. And then when I run normally, it'll be like amazing, and yeah, it's totally awesome, totally great. But there's another effect that I didn't realize, which is just, I know it's hard to explain if you haven't run on it. Like when I run on it, it's like the track is sort of like forcing me to go faster, but under my own power, I mean, obviously you have to maintain a certain speed to stay on the track, or else you have to be running at like a decent angle, or else you'll just slide down it, right? But yeah, it's like it almost feels like running downhill, except you're still using the energy to run. Like you're not getting it's kind of like getting the psychological advantage of running downhill, but you still have to use the energy that you would use to run. Plus you're in heavy gravity. So it's like this weird thing where when I'm running on it, I'm exerting a lot more energy than it feels like I am. Like I'm kind of distracted by the exhilaration or something. I don't know. It is it's a little bit tricky to get used to though, because the track's not that wide. I'm still adding some layers to it, and I'm gonna paint it and put track running lines. What are they called? Lane lines on it and everything. And I think that'll actually help. Just to kind of like make it feel a little less precarious. I also started planing it, so most of it is still real lumpy. But yeah, when you get up on it, it's kind of like riding a bike. So when you learn to ride a bike, you kind of push off, but you leave your feet on the ground until you get to the point where you're like, okay, I can pick my feet up, and I just have to make sure I'm going fast enough, and then you start to learn to trust the bicycle, and then you can really go, right? Yeah, the running track is like the same way. So when I first tried it, I kind of like got up on it and then back down to the flat, and then kind of got back up to it and then kind of got back down to the flat. And then I was like, all right, I just got to trust that if I get up on this thing and I go fast enough, it's gonna hold me and everything's gonna work right? So then I ran like really, like not super fast, but like pretty fast, and just got up at that angle. And when I really committed to it, then it's like that 30 degrees became my flat. And now it was almost like a video game where I was running through this like loopy, cool, weird universe, which it feels a little bit scary, but really cool. Like, yeah, it's really fun to run on. And my son he loves running on it. He was in the video too. He loves running on it. My 4-year-old can kind of get up on it a little. She just runs on the flat part mostly. But my son, he'll get up on it and he's just flying sometimes. It's great. But yeah, I really like the bank track. And yeah, it's not even finished yet, and it's already pretty awesome. Let's see. Oh man, we're getting a lot of trolls today, aren't we? Good thing they're getting taken care of. Okay. Dave says, I would imagine that the track is far more rewarding than a treadmill to run on. Oh my gosh, so much better. Yeah, and I've done a fair amount of miles on treadmills, definitely. But yeah, running on the track, way more fun. Yeah, it's actually fun, like fun to run on it. It's cool because like what I was doing in the video was I was running 2 laps just to kind of get up to speed, and then once I get up to speed, then shift over to the bank, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's really fun. Really fun thing. I'm gonna have to get a bicycle up there. Although I don't even know if a bicycle would be, I don't know, maybe a bicycle would be amazing actually, now I think about it. Yeah, that would actually be kind of fun. Another thing that happens up there a lot is my kids have roller skates. And the younger kids, they're not that good at the roller skates yet. But my teenagers, particularly my oldest daughter, she's pretty into the roller skating. And she'll get her roller skates on, and then my 6-year-old son, who was in the running video, he'll stand in front of her and put his arms back, and she'll hold his hands, and he'll start running and just pulling her, and they go flying around the track really fast. And she ends up getting one foot up on the bank, so she doesn't fly off the floor. It's really funny. I'll have to get video of that at some point. Let's see. Mr. Landfill says, I like the old days when we had a button that would shock the trolls. Now we can only ban them. That would be great if you could shock people. Great analogy. That is let's see. So no to the mushrooms. Wait, what am I missing? Okay. They look like jet pilot goggles. Oh yeah, totally jet pilot goggles. I will totally use these to chainsaw. This would be great for chainsawing, because normally when I do chainsawing, I'll just wear some safety glasses. But the problem is, there's just wood bits flying all over, and sometimes they land in. And with chainsawing, it's not like it's not like anything's coming flying at your face like rocks or anything. It's mostly just like wood chips just flying in the air. And if you don't have anything on your eyes, you know, you kind of, some can get in your eyes. These are great. Like nothing will get in, you know. They're not airtight or anything, but yeah, they'll be really good for that. Hello, host, Grandma Ella. Are you actually a grandma? That's great. I feel like being a grandpa is going to be pretty awesome. Dave Rubino, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a while. So Jaimie's a banker now. We're just talking about the banked running track. But yeah, maybe I'm a banker. Maybe that's what you call it. Wendy says, next is building the RC of vehicles to drive on the track. Sounds great. RC vehicles. My one of my daughters, the one who's really into building things, she's been bugging me to make one of my spider robot radio controlled, because I have the parts to do it. It's the one that I 3D printed a while ago, and it works, but it doesn't have the batteries on it and the radio control. And you know, she keeps bugging me. When are you gonna finish that? When are you gonna finish that? I want to play with it. So yeah, I do need to build some RC vehicles and stuff. Grandma Ella says, please connect. Connect what? Was I disconnected? I hope everything's working here, right? Another YouTuber I watch, Dave says, another YouTuber I watch was shown a great trick of gluing toothed belts to cut circles to make gears. Ooh, gluing toothed belts to cut circles to make gears, very useful. Gluing toothed belts. Is it like you turn them inside out and then that's your pattern for your teeth? I don't know, maybe I'll have to check it out. Grandma Ella says hello to Mr. Landfill. Mr. Landfill is an excellent dude. Yes, say hello to Mr. Landfill. Mr. Yanarobi says, I like the bike idea. Yeah, I do want to get, I want to get bikes for my kids at some point. They have not done bicycles yet. They have roller skates. They run a lot, but yeah, they have not gotten into bikes yet. And I'm kind of getting some decent areas where one could bike. So moderator, host permission to drop my link. Oh, if you have a link you want to drop, I don't know, sure, go for it. What is it? It's not anything troublesome, is it? I'm not going to be able to click on any links because I'm in the middle of doing things. But Wendy says, how wide is the track? To get to speed on roller skates, you need to be able to push out sideways a bit. Yes, showing my age. Well, I was part of the 1970s skate area. Pretty good too. Howdy at Mr. Landfill and all. Well, that's cool, Wendy. Yeah, my kids have like roller skates, you know, not inline skates. They have the old style. If I get some, I will get some inline skates. I used to have inline skates. I had so much fun on those things. Man, that was crazy. Well, one of the things I used to love to do, this was toward the end of high school, during the summers, you know, I had a summer job and stuff, but I would just not sleep and I would go rollerblading with my friend. We'd start out at 11 o'clock at night and we just skate all over the city. And we'd take like $2 with us so we could get a snack, you know, after a few hours, which was usually like some Frosty Slushes or something. And we'd just be out roller skating all over the city until like 4 in the morning, and then we go home and go to sleep, or just sit around talking on the side of the road until the sun came up. Those were the days. That was great. So the track is not wide enough to be on the curve and really skating. It's 18 inches horizontal. So what's that tipped up? 20 something inches. I mean, it's maybe a little bit less than 2 feet. But on the flat part's pretty wide. You can start skating on that, get up to speed, and then get up on the curve and coast for a while. Although you can also put one foot up on the curve and one on the flat to, you know, get up to speed and stuff. Tomorrow is a big day for me, Ken says. Ooh, hopefully getting my 100-year-old washing machine. My pulley came in. Nice. So you're gonna get the thing to work. You have a new motor for it, right? I kind of want to see this thing. Do you have a picture? Have I seen a picture? You didn't send me a picture, did you? No, I don't remember. Have I seen a picture of this thing already? All right. My brain doesn't fully work, so let's just move on. Dave says, correct turn, the teeth facing out. Yeah, correct turn. Okay, so to make a gear pattern, you can take a tooth belt, turn it inside out, connect it at whatever size you need. And then my thought would be spray paint over that real quick to get the pattern, but you could also do it various different ways, I guess. Robert Murray Smith is the YouTuber, 3D printer enthusiast, and home power generation. Over 500 videos and informative. Oh, that's excellent. Mr. Landfill went to the skate rink almost every weekend. Fun times. Man, maybe I need to build a skate rink. That would be kind of cool. I don't know who would go to it besides me and my kids. And there are a few other kids in the area. Maybe some adults would even show up. Oh man, Ken, you will send me a picture. Awesome. Yes, I totally want to see this washing machine. Oh, Wendy has a question. Hold on, I gotta get ready for a question. So you just banged the 8 angled corners of the track. Should we go up? Let's go up and look at it right now. There are no corners on this track. My house is a circle. Hold on, let me turn the camera the other direction. Okay, so we've just come up the stairs. Right now, wait, where's the camera? Okay, the camera there. Oh, man. So this is the horizontal floor here, right? So you see that comes up. And I'm going to try to go slowly enough this can keep up with me. There, it's like this the whole way around. Angled up at 30 degrees. It just keeps going a big circle. And on the edges, you can see there are these pieces here. Those go the start at the bottom there, and they're just triangles. So like up and down. So that's what all the strips are sitting on. That and this one right here, and there's another one. So everywhere there's one of these on the walls, there's one of these under the floor. So yeah, does that answer your question? Let me just check. So you just banked the 8 angled corners of the track. Yeah, I just banked the whole circle. It's a whole circle. The kids would love it. The kids would love. Well, hold on. Let me flip it back. So the floor up here is actually pretty wide. I mean, there's I'm working up here doing the thing. So there's a lot of wood pieces and stuff up here. But even this is wide enough for the kids to skate. And I still haven't even flattened out the floor. I need to, plane it and stuff. Oh, one thing. Where did I plane it? Yeah, I've got a section that's really nice right here that's planed. But I can't use a power planer because I set my power planer at the deepest cut it can make and it doesn't touch. Oh, it's like this is curved just enough that my power planer doesn't hit. So I've been using a manual planer, this here exercise machine. I sharpened it real nice, with a diamond sharpener and everything. But man, it is a lot of work. I'm thinking about possibly modifying my power planer, which is right over here. Yeah, I'm considering modifying it so it can actually kind of accommodate the curve somehow. I don't want to mess it up though, because most things I do will be flat. And I've also sanded a bit, but sanding is just going to be, the final treatment. It's too there's too much to sand off, because the pieces, what are these called? The wood strips aren't all, the surfaces aren't all perfectly lined up, right? So here's like this one's lower, and these ones are higher, and these four are pretty lined up, but then there's a lower, and then a lower, and then a lower one, and and here's a low spot, and it kind of needs to be planed. Anyway, you know what else I want to do? I've been thinking about getting rubber flooring of some kind to put on the track. I think that would be pretty sweet. Although, running on it this morning, and that was just this morning, that video I did of running on it. I didn't like, my calves felt totally fine. I didn't feel like I was running on concrete or anything, because the wood flexes. So it's already, I don't want to say soft, but it's already soft enough just with the wood that I'm not worried about, the high impact hurting my legs or anything. Anyway, all right, let's see, where are we? Track. Do you get high wind speeds where you're at? I wonder if you have to consider that when you're constructing a building. I mean, I do get high wind speeds sometimes. It's not like a particularly windy area, but occasionally, there's a tropical storm or something, and the winds are pretty high. So yeah, I definitely take that into account when I'm building things. This building is very well protected because it's almost underground. The ground behind the building goes up halfway up the second floor, and then there are trees all the way around. So I really don't get that much wind in here. Sometimes it gets really windy, and then on the second floor you can feel the wind coming in, or I can hear the roof. There's a little spot in the middle at the top where there's a thing like this, and then there's a fiberglass thing on top. Sometimes that'll rattle. It's tied down pretty well, but sometimes it'll rattle, and it is just tied down so that I can untie it and get out to the roof if I need to for anything. But yeah, it's not particularly. This isn't a particularly windy area, but yes, I do definitely take into account wind. Dave says the thing that I liked was the sound of the running, like the beat of a drum when you were doing it. Yeah, so my older kids, my two teenagers, they slept through the whole thing. And we were up there. I mean, we were running for like half an hour almost straight. And before that, there was another, I don't know, half an hour where we're just goofing around, stomping around upstairs, and these two teenagers are just down here like sleeping. And one of the rooms is like right under the tracks. Yeah, when they woke up, we were like, "Hey, did you hear us running?" And they're like, "What? What are you talking about? You mean you didn't hear all that stomping?" No, it's ridiculous. I don't know they sleep through that. I wake up from anything. Like I hear a scorpion like outside the house, and I'm like, ooh, I hear a scorpion. Okay, that might be a slight exaggeration, but not by much. Although I have been living in the wilderness for many years, so I'm very sensitive to any noise that's out of the ordinary. Yeah. Even if it's like a boat motor going by, sometimes there'll be a boat motor that I don't recognize. And I'm like, what is that? Who is that? They could skate up there, yes. Okay, let's see. Will a belt sander work? I totally used to have a belt sander. And I bet the belt sander would do it. Would, do a good job on the second floor. Maybe I should get one. Then I have to get the belt sander and all the belts. I don't know. I'll think about it. Another possible thing I could do is just use an angle grinder with a big, like, rough sanding wheel. But that I really want to make sure it gets smooth. And with that, I could gouge out some areas, make some low spots accidentally. I mean, I'm pretty good at that kind of stuff. But if I'm planing it, I'm definitely getting a good smooth curve up there. It is a lot of work. Yeah. But I don't have to buy a belt sander. Let me turn on a belt light here. Oh, just a little bit. Good enough. Better. Yeah. Randy, hello. What's going on, man? What did you eat today? Jokul asks me. I ate coconut cereal, which was like shredded coconut, oats, raisins, peanuts, and water. Not cooked or anything, just in a bowl with some water. And some peanut butter sandwiches on coconut sourdough bread. The coconut sourdough bread is what makes that like a healthy meal, really. Whenever I make pizza, it always has coconut sourdough bread too, like a lot of coconut in it. And I'm about to have ribs and cheese sandwiches. Let's see. What else did I eat? I don't know. I'm kind of hungry. As soon as I get off this, I'm going to eat. When are you installing the rockets? I don't know. Have you ever seen The Wall of Death? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I have, but I don't remember the name. Is the Wall of Death like a big cylinder that you drive a motorcycle around? That's what it made me think of. Okay. Wendy says, you had mentioned on the flat, but it is as I imagined, and you have such a nice transition, you could totally get going up to speed on indoor skates, but maybe not the clunky inline skates. Oh, you could totally get up to speed in inline skates. Why are they clunky? I think they're clunky if you know how to use them. But I never found inline skates to be clunky or any of the skates. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I could totally get up to speed up there. Especially, if you're going around in a circle, you're crossing over, and you're not going like that, so you don't need as much width. And when you're going straight, you got to push out to the sides a lot. When you're going around a corner, you're just crossing your feet over. You don't need nearly as much space. So there's plenty of space up there. How do you like that sander? I was planning on getting one, planning on using it for my 130-year-old bathtub. The sander up there that I have, the vibrating one, it's okay. I mean, it kind of works. I wouldn't use it if you want to take off a lot of material or anything, but like if you want to finish something and get it real smooth, yeah, it works pretty well. Yeah, pretty good. I don't like the Velcro stick-on things. I prefer the old one where you could just take any piece of sandpaper and put it in, and it has built-in little clips that hold the sandpaper in place. I like that much more. A boat in the wilderness can be frightening. Oh, wilderness, yeah. Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, a boat in the wilderness can be frightening. That is totally true. I've been caught in some storms on a boat, and it can be pretty scary. I mean, you just kind of got to accept that there's danger in life, though, and not panic and do what you got to do to get home safe, knowing that there's no guarantee you get home safe from anywhere. Wendy says, on skates you would mainly be down on the flat but pushing off the angle. That could be an improvement. Just be sure to skate it and likely run it equally in both directions for an even workout. Yeah, I definitely go both directions. That's something, yeah. When I used to run track and field, we always turn left. And that definitely made it so that if I noticed this like a year ago, like I was running around the house, like outside, and anytime I took right turns around the house, one of my calves would just not really be super into it, but I kept doing it, and then now it's fine. But yeah, you don't want to get used to doing just one direction. My feet are actually different. the outside part of my left foot is it's kind of like wider than my right foot because that's the foot that was always pressing on the it was always pressing on the inside part when I was running around the curves of tracks. Reckless. Yeah, Reckless or Reckles. First time catching a live stream. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Okay. Do you ever fish or small game hunt? I definitely do fish. I like spear fishing the most. I do also fish with a hook or with a trap. But yeah, I like spear fishing the most. Other than that, land animals, I've not killed any land animals around here yet. I think. Yeah. I probably would have remembered that, right? Tuan Lee says, would some kind of jig work for sanding the curves? Well, I don't know, like a jig to do what? In terms of, you mean like a jig on like an angle grinder to help it do a smooth job? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Hey, yeah, I mean, there's probably something I could do. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna do it the hard muscle way and just call it exercise. We'll see. Okay, Ken says, I've tried removing the paint off the bathtub. It's a copper tub. Oh, that's awesome. With a wood surround. But the stripper, those damn strippers, doesn't do much. Oh, you damn lazy strippers. So I was planning on sanding or maybe steel rotary brush. Okay, so you want to get the paint off copper. Yeah, I would think rotary, like a steel rotary brush, like with an angle grinder. But yeah, try that and see if it works. And if not, sand. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what does work. Hello from Ukraine. I hope things are going well in Ukraine. I know you're having some difficulties over there. It's quite unfortunate when bullets are flying, but I hope you're doing well. Mr. Landfill says, boats can be crazy. Almost died twice on the Great Lakes. Both days only said small chance of bad weather. Yeah. It sucks getting caught in bad weather. It really sucks. Corn pop. I actually have some right here. I didn't mention that. Someone asked what I was eating today. I also have some popcorn. You could possibly let rabbits run wild for a food source. That's true. Yeah. Wendy says, I was indoor high-end precision skating on the last of the best great rink styles, inches deep of pure plastic that gripped the skate. It was a great floor, but an eco-terror. Yeah, so high-end precision skating on the last of the great rink styles, inches deep of pure plastic. Man, that is crazy. Like a whole skate rink of just solid plastic. Oh man. Joe Cool says killing rabbits would be too sad. Well, I find that sadness is variable depending on how hungry you are. I even was at one point in time kind of hesitant about killing a fish, but I wouldn't. Maybe hesitant is the wrong word. I don't hesitate. I do what I gotta do, but not super into killing fish. But yeah, when I get hungry, I'm like, I'll kill a fish, no problem. I'll kill all kinds of things. I'm hungry. Where's the best light? Oh, a good reflection spot. Whatever. If you're here to see me, you're in the wrong channel. Where are we? Wendy, have a good week. My video game studying son wants the computer. Oh, very good, very good. Bye. I hope you have a great whatever. Rusty Shackelford, what's going on, man? Rabbits are excellent to eat. Yeah, the last rabbit I had, I think, was in Alaska, like years and years and years ago. I'm trying to think if I ate a rabbit since I've been here. It's possible. I know I killed a duck and some chickens. I don't think I did a rabbit, though. Rabbits will eat your garden. Oh, that's right. Is your island self-sustainable? Nah, not quite. I need more food. But, you know, I'm getting there. Slowly working on food, growing more food. You know, getting closer to the point where I can get some animals. I do have some other bigger pieces of land where I could put animals and stuff too. Red Storm has some smiles. Excellent. Carson says, "Hola, Jaimie. The racetrack is skookum." Yeah, I'm pretty psyched about the racetrack. It's super fun to run on. All right. It looks like I've achieved the end of comments here. Does anyone have any more last minute comments or questions before I go and have dinner? Yes, if you let rabbits run wild, you would have to fence in your garden. Or you could just eat rabbits. Let them eat the garden and then just eat the rabbits. Although it is nice having some oregano. Oh yeah, I've got some oregano outside. Oh, delicious. Put it in everything. All right. Well, I seem to get here when it's ending. I'm sorry, Red Storm. If you have a question or a comment that I can go off on, please feel free. But yeah, I have been yammering on for a while. Sometimes these go on for 2 hours and sometimes shorter. But anyway, okay, I'm going to get out of here, and everyone have a good afternoon or evening or morning or whatever you got, wherever you are. Someday it would be cool to visit your island. Yeah, man. Red Storm. No, I'm good. Okay. Shalom, Carson says. All right. I hope everyone has a great whatever, and I am going to get out of here and go eat some food. Spicy ribs, by the way. Pork ribs, pig ribs. Doo-doo-doo-doo.